scored about a week ago. Fuck with us and then we tweaking, ho. Run up on that nigga, get the squeezing, ho. Everybody.
What's up guys, it's Hienz here, and today we've got a war recap video from last war, so we're just going to go in. And it was against this Primo Clan. We actually won 58-33, and the total destruction was 99.15, so it was pretty high. Unfortunately, some of the players were away and couldn't finish all the attacks off. I think this would have been a perfect war for us, but nevertheless we smashed some bases. Well done, lads. Just to see what they did to us, mostly two-star. They didn't even attack, they just looted as well, because we started ramming some bases in, and as you can see, just number 7 missed out, and number 10, but everything else got cleaned up, which was pretty good. We got some nice attacks to show you guys, and we're going to start from the bottom, and the first attack is from Earl, which I actually attacked because I'm using this account for the moment. I wanted to basically get into this section in the core with the Valks, so I'm using 2 golems. I'm using the earthquake spell to break that whole compartment, so there's nothing redirecting my golems. So nice wizzy spread just to break the funnel there. There's not much of a funnel. Golems go in, and holding my king until the CC is being pulled. Once the golem's in there, obviously the queen's targeted. I wanted to get that out, and then my backs also come in the last minute. Once everything's in there in that core section, I've got a heal for the Valks and the king as well, just to boost the health up a little bit more. As you can see, I've also got a lava hound and 12 loons. So once I get these 2 air defences down like here, I start dropping some targeted balloons around the base just to get this right hand side section down. I dropped a couple of loons on the left hand side. My lava hound is doing a fantastic job attacking that wizard tower, and I've got a heal spell left, which I actually didn't need. So that was it was a good attack overall. It worked out to plan. It was pretty much overkill at the end. Obviously, 1 air defense out, but there's a lot of balloons there. And I've got clean up anyway, so I've got 2 loons for cleaning up as well. So yeah, good attack there. So obviously, make sure I always emphasise, make sure you plan your attacks, and obviously see what's the best outcome of that. Don't be scared to try different attacks in war. Because that's the only way you're going to learn. And the other one is from Earl again, so this is the other attack I did. So it's a pretty much max attack go home. So I'm going from this left hand side section. I want to break into this compartment where this last golem is going to break in, which is here. I've got the wizzy funnel. I'm going to break into this DE compartment where the queen is, so it's going to trigger these 2 giant bomb spots here that are more than likely going to be giant spot bombs, because there's nowhere else apart from on the top hand side section, but I doubt it. It's pretty easy to trigger. CC comes out, king goes in late, king's on the green, so I drop the heal spell. The heal spell is quite effective, obviously, to keep your heroes up a bit longer, so I do like the case of using that heal spell there. As you can see, the trigger is at the top of that giant bomb. Mini surgical from the left hand side and the right hand side, just to overload the top section of the hogs. I've also got 1 heal spell where this double temple compartment is, which I actually didn't need, but dropped it anyway just to get those hogs up to the full health. So as you can see, the base actually got wrecked, and I've got my queen ability. And I've got a great clean up with the wizzies on the top as well. And that's another 3-star. So these max attacks, obviously, there's different variations of using the max attack. You use sometimes 2 heal spells, 1 rage spell. Sometimes you use 3 heal spells, just the way obviously the base is laid out, and if you need that 3rd heal for your hogs or not. The next one is from Will, number 9, which is his queen walk, which he did, which was a well before planned attack that he had help with Mason helping him out, one of the top Town Hall 9s, trying to help players out as well, which is pretty good to see, so well done to both. Obviously will executing the plan, which is always great. So basically he's trying to get his queen walk to go the right hand side to this east compartment, and the queen actually takes out a lot of defences on the way, which is pretty good. So obviously she's targeted the queen in phases, takes that section out, but then she turns, which is brilliant to see. She turns to the nearest target, which is the elixir collector and storage. So he's already got 3-4 defenses out now, with the queen just with a couple of healers, nothing special. So she's also eliminating those double giant bombs as well at the bottom compartment, which is good. And the first column drops in, second one goes in. A great Wizzy, brilliant to funnel. Drops the king a bit early there. I didn't think you need that king a bit early there. Always wall breakers before your king. And then he drops his rage badges to create more DPS for his skill squad there. Healer's still going. Great jump spell there to get his golems in there with his king. And then basically flanks with the hogs each corner, which is a great attack. I think he had so many hogs left, obviously with the Tesla attacking. And he's got 2 health golems there, so good attack there, Will. Excellent execution there. And that's Will's 3-star, and the fact that he only used 3 healers as well, which was quite impressive there. Next one, we're going to go on to Joe's attack on number 6. So it's just a pretty straightforward Shattered Goho. No earthquake spell. I think it's actually Redmont attacking, something like this. Joe's on holiday at the moment. He's in Florida, but some people there on holiday. I think this is Redmont attacking for him. But yeah, nevertheless, Redmont got the job done anyway. So the fact that obviously it's always great to make sure you have that backup player to help you attack in war. Just the fact that you can't get your attacks in helps a lot. Obviously, it's pretty helpful, especially in war clan, because you never know, or something might happen to your phone or your device that you probably can't attack. But yeah, as you can see, Redmont is just kind of surgical hog in it, and he's got one more hit for this wizard top compartment here, which is great deployment there. And he squeezes alive there with his ability there, so good attack there. And obviously, it's one of the popular Dragonflower bases. These box bases don't seem to be working out, but obviously it's quite popular in wars. So yeah, great attack there. That's another 3-star. Then we're gonna move into Bunn's attack. This attack was pretty good. The fact that he overkilled there with a swag spell at the start, which he didn't need, was quite impressive there. So well planned out from Bunn here as well. So this is actually quite an okay base in terms of this war. This player has actually got some sense of direction and obviously war in himself, so trying to protect himself with a good war base. So as you can see, that earthquake spell, he didn't manage to break that compartment. I didn't think he needed that compartment a little bit low on that, would have been helpful, but I think his plan was not to break that compartment anyway. So great giant, just to make sure he gets those both cannons down. He didn't want to redirect his golems to the left or right, so great there. Drops his queen, 2 wizzies to just funnel, a couple of wall breakers, test wall breaker goes in. As you can see, the dragon's already down. And these 2 columns are going in. He rages the open now, so obviously because he hasn't opened that compartment, he needs to get into that compartment and troops are starting to come left and right. But once all these defenses are down, both heroes are going to go straight forward though, like his king and his queen. So you see that pointless heal spell he used, he actually didn't need it. And this hound here on the left hand side was for these defenses that were on the left hand side, but it would have been better for him to send it from the right hand side. But nevertheless, he just smashed this base. It all works out to plan anyway, so good attack there, man. And he's got 3 balloons left, so he's going to clean up. And he's got his queen alive as well, so It's another 3-star. The usage of 4 valves in there as well, so they're using 4 valves. And then we're going to go into Redmont's actual attack this time. So this is like the same base. Obviously he 3-starred with Shattered Go-Ho. This time Redmont's going with Shattered Laloon. So basically he's trying to break into this compartment. Pretty simple. Wall breakers do mess his raid up because he didn't send a test wall breaker in for that Tesla. But nevertheless he gets that jump spell in there. He wants to go in there, get these 2 air defences. So his King's in there, his range is open there just to get a great 1 DPS to get those CC jump down quicker. And then both air defences. This is quite impressive how much I don't think any of his loons died in this raid because his hound deployment and loon drops were spot on, which was pretty sick. And he's obviously got a hound left, and the amount of loons he's got left at the end of this raid is just terrific. So good job there, Redmont. Good attack. And that's another 3-star. So just go back to basics. Nice little Shattered Laloon. We've got Joe's attack on number 2. So Joe's going with a 3 healer walk. So a 3 healer AQ walk. So he's breaking the funnel with his minions. He basically wants to get into this middle compartment and just take these 2-3 defenses out and also get himself the queen for the man, obviously, with his raid. So obviously you can see the queen's health is pretty low, but he does drop that rage spell just to get that CC, and it works for him, and he gets the CC just with that rage spell. That queen is OP, by the way. Breaks into this compartment through wall breakers, breaks for null. Obviously because the queen is down, he just wants to eliminate any double giant bomb anywhere for his hogs. So once his king starts jumping into that section, so when this cannon goes down, king goes round, and then there you go, the giant bomb's triggered, and then it's just like a mini surgical. He's got 2 heal spells, and then just absolutely wreck this base. So good job there, Joe. And this was actual Joe attacking, so it's all good. So the usage of 3 healers on that walk. And just to recap this war to finish off, and it's mine on number 1. Just the first player just had this box base, which is awful. But you can see, I'm just going to stop it here. Look at all these gaps here. Okay, here as well, where there's wizard tower here at the top. Make sure you notice these gaps because it is signs of spring traps, and actually fall into that trap of hitting every single spring trap in this base, fortunately. But I will wreck it anyway because my king's OP. So I just want to break into this compartment pretty easily, jump into the core, kill the queen with the valves, king is tanking, trigger a couple of giant bombs, and then obviously my hog deployment from the bottom. This mortar sent all my hogs to the top, so I missed the hill spell. So I've got a few hogs left, some are just flown by spring traps, but I've got a good clean up anyway. So, and there's another 3 hogs that get flown and get wrecked by spring traps. Phase my queen, just get a little bit more action position. I'm going to be banging on the wall forever. Luckily I get this archer tower down. My queen's going to go down, but the beast, the Hulk, is going to come along, and he's like, you killed my wife, and he just wrecks it. So yeah, it's another I'm going to stop it here, look, and then all the spring traps. But anyway, that is all for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I will have the next war recap video for you guys soon. So take care, and hope you guys had a good happy new year. Peace.